Hey everybody, Mr. Paul Adams here, live in the living room, and You Country, or You Country live in the living room, whichever way you want to do it. I don't know where I am or who I am, and it's been a busy day.
Funny,
I
me
do know
either.
who this guy is.
Good.
Matt Koziol, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
I said that.
You got it.
Didn't I?
You got it. We practiced that before we got here.
Yeah, about 10, 15 minutes, just like
15 years.
Yeah,
15 years worth of practice. Yeah.
So I don't even know what I'm saying. Go with the first question. What makes you country? We'll do it that way.
Oh gosh. I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of what I write and a lot of what I play is very honest and very brutal. You know, I think one of the things that I look forward to when I get in a writing room or when I'm singing a song, I usually tell people, I'm like, we're in the business of hurting people, and we're here to talk about real stuff. So I think that's usually what makes me the most country that I can think of, is that it's always things that I've experienced. It's always a common language that everybody can understand. So that's kind of what I go with.
So we're just chatting off screen then. Mm-hmm. So you're living in Nashville now. You're originally from New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
So you're kind
the
of
Great North
in the way of.
Oh yeah, we got Cowboys up there too. Don't worry.
I know you also had. I think it was New York. They had a Grand Ole Opry, like a little.
I think
place
so.
They used to have as well.
Well, and it's funny because you think about, a lot of people bring up Bruce Springsteen, and I'm like, you talk about, you know, a guy who loved country music and loved rhythm and blues, and it was the same for me. I was a huge Elvis fan growing up, and I listened to country when I was a kid and a lot of folk music of the 70s. My dad's a big James Taylor fan, and I grew up the same way. So it was kind of a natural fit, you know, as I kind of moved on into it as I got older.
So you're playing C2C.
Mm-hmm.
Have you already done one already?
I've done 2 today.
You've done 2, and how many you got left?
I've got 1 more tomorrow, and it's a circus downstairs. It's so fun. I honestly, I kept saying I feel very overstimulated. Like I've been here since Monday, and I've had a lot of days of just walking around, seeing the city, and then it's like, cool, now I've got to go to work, so I'm staying down the river. So I took the Uber boat upriver, which was great because I could just sit on a boat and get a coffee or something like that, and then come in. And I met these 2 folks on the boat who asked me if I was playing. I said yes, and then they showed me where I'm supposed to go because I had no idea where I was going. And then they were at the show, the first one. So
Excellent.
It was great.
So they came to see you?
Yeah, I think they liked it. I hope they did. They stayed the whole time.
I'm sure they did. Did you get a chance to hang out with any of the other acts? Because there's been a few here since Monday as well.
I saw a couple of people as I've been walking through, and a lot of people I know from home, and we're all just kind of pointing at each other, walking because we're all going the opposite directions. And hey, I'll see you soon. I'll see you, or we'll grab a drink later. And you know, it's been fun to see familiar faces. Ben Chapman was a guy who played after me in the saloon.
Ben Chapman.
He played in the saloon. He's incredible, and him and his lady Meg McCree, and we know each other through town, and we never really get to hang out because we're always going opposite ways. And it was finally nice to actually see each other and get to say hi. And Hannah Dasher, who was here earlier, she's I've written with her. She's a good friend, and I love her to death. And it's just fun to see familiar faces, and we're all over here. You know what I mean?
What's your favorite other than the music, obviously? But what's your favorite part of living in Nashville?
It's the community of people. You know, it's the masterclass of writing songs. It's the reason why I moved is because I wanted to learn how to write the best songs possible. And I don't care where you are in the world. It's the greatest course that you can get is just moving there and learning from people who've done it for 30 years. Yeah. And you know, I moved there and I had a good friend. His name's Cliff Goldmacher. He was a writer. Still is a writer, but he's been a writer for 30 years in town. He wrote with Kev Moe on his Grammy-nominated record, and yeah, I mean, he told me, he's like, if you want to be a writer, be in town, write with people, play the rounds, and if you want to be an artist, get the hell out of here. He's like, because you'll be playing for your friends every day, and he's right. I mean, once you get outside of town, as you discover how to write, you start meeting people who are fans. But once you're in town, it's where you learn your craft. And I knew I had played bars as a kid, and I played since I was 14. And
do you think that kind of keeps you humble because you're working, you're living and breathing with other people that are in the same boat as you? Do you think it keeps you grounded, not humble?
It does keep you grounded. Yeah. I think the best thing about Nashville, especially as it grows, is you see so many new people come in, you can kind of give your advice. I've been there almost 10 years. And, you know, people call it a 10-year town, but I mean, I've had so many good friends and mentors and people who I love that have watched me kind of grow into my own, even though I had done music for 10 plus years prior to getting there. They've seen me really kind of grow into my own and watched me kind of find my own way. And they are the ones when I get back and they remind me, hey, you still got a lot to learn. and I love it. I think that's the best thing about Nashville is I'm always finding something new that I could do different or be better at, but I'm never looking past it to learn. I'm just always excited.
Good. Yeah. Good. So a couple more questions for you before we go.
I'm here.
So who are you listening to at the moment that you want us to listen to?
Oh, man. Well, you know who was just playing? So I played the, what stage was it? something with a W. I forget.
Wayside.
Wayside Stage, and Jake Worthington played right after. And man, if there is a person and a voice that I could listen to every day, I know he's from like Oklahoma, Texas area, but I sat, and as soon as I saw him in the green room, I just shook his hand. I said, man, I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan. Nice. And I've listened to his new album more times than I can count. And he's just one of those guys that he does the retro country thing, but he's just a good writer and a great singer. And he has his own thing. He's not trying to be anything that was. He just is. And I if you get a chance, listen to Jake Worthington. I think he is outstanding.
I will definitely check that out. Final question for you, man.
Please, hit me with it.
And it is, what question do you wish I'd asked you? Or what we're throwing in, if you're not sure on that one, we can have an awkward pause staring at James.
Let's do an awkward pause, because I don't have a question.
We'll do that one. We'll make it a little bit longer on this one.
Yeah, do we do sad face, happy face?
You can do whatever face you want.
I'm just going to go dead stare. He's turning red.
Dude,
great to meet you.
You've been a great sport.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Talking to you, man.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen.